that the city of LA did pass that ordinance that you're going to have to show vaccine proof to get into a lot of places. We'll talk about it in about 30 minutes from now. Well, you know that theory people have when they object to things, it's a slippery slope.
Yes, very true. That's what we got.
It is very true.
That's what we're. That's like that vaccine passport now that we're going to have to show.
Well, this time it applies to the straw. You know, we objected a couple of years back because they make you ask for a straw. When you're in restaurants or you get takeout, you actually have to ask for the straw. They're not going to give you one without your asking.
In the real world, though, I don't find that happening very much.
They give you one?
Yeah.
I still have to ask. You know, I was in a place the other day, and the server said, we don't have any straws. I'm like, what? I was supposed to put my lips on this glass? Where's this glass been?
Where's your lips been?
Well, you,
More important for the next person to know.
well, I want to see who washes these and how they do it. And then I said, well, people pointed this out. You ever go for a beer or a wine, nobody's using a straw. So, not that I do that much, but I do get that analogy.
Yeah, I know, but
nobody uses a straw to drink beer.
But the alcohol kills the germs.
But you're too wasted to care.
Right. I know. I'd say well more than half the time they hand out the straw.
Okay.
For me.
That's your experience.
Yes.
In fact, I went to a drive-thru today and I didn't have to ask for it. She handed me the soda, and I put it down, and I was waiting for the food, and I said, the straw's going to come. It didn't. I had to ask for it.
That pissed me off. It's one of the places I go to because I forget to ask, and I take my car out to the edge of the parking lot,
And then discover.
and then I'd be fumbling for the straw, and it's not there, and I have to stop, walk back, and ask for the straw. I think I did that twice.
Yeah.
And I bet you they got a lot of crap because now,
we like to drink and drive. I meant, drink the soda.
right. Well, they're handing out straws from what I can see to everybody. Nobody's asking anymore because it's not practical. It's stupid government interference and trivial nonsense.
I will say this. I'm seeing much less of the collapsible paper straw. There are places where they have this compostable one. It's not bad. Have you tried it? The compostable straw?
That's what they claim. It seems like it's plastic.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's why I like it.
But, yeah, I don't care what they make it out of as long as it's not one of those stupid paper straws that melt in your mouth.
Oh, speaking of that, I just got my notice. Beginning on January 1st, I have to have a compost bucket for my trash collection. It's now a requirement. I could be fined. So I got a third garbage can coming.
Well, what? And you've got to put it out?
Yes, and I have to put the compostable trash, which is anything that like food touches, the plates.
How are you going to regulate that? Is there somebody going to dig through your garbage inside the garbage bag?
No, this is not a compostable item. We're fining you.
Why don't you just leave a dump in there? That'll discourage
them.
it.
That's compostable.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's good for fertilizer. For years, though, I've often mixed up the trash with the recyclables, and nobody's ever.
No, I
I
don't.
sometimes put my regular trash bloop right in the blue recyclable.
Oh, when I run out of
Especially
space.
if I'm late, because that one they always come late to pick it up. So
Oh, yeah.
sometimes,
If I run out of room in the black tub,
Yeah,
I put it in the
right.
blue tub.
yeah, they don't care.
And if there's too much in the blue tub, I put it in the black tub. Well, you think those goons that come
There's no guys on the truck. Don't
Yeah,
care.
right. No, because they don't even touch the stuff anymore. They
They lift it, right.
Right, they grab with...
Well, we have one guy who comes out, he walks way ahead of her, and he lines up the trash can.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, because
wow.
otherwise, how do you get them with the hook, with
You're in
the
a rich neighborhood.
Well, how does yours... Well, you guys line them up for them?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have to
And
be
then the
lined
metal
up. I watched
claw.
it since Burbank. I watched the guy go by.
The metal claw comes out and then dumps it in the back.
Yeah, it's like that game.
Right. So nobody's keeping track. They're not going to keep track of your compost and all this nonsense. And they're not keeping track of the straws either.
So they've added to the straw problem, you're going to have to ask for to-go knives, forks, spoons, and ketchup and mustard packets. They're not going to give you those either. It's apparently gruesome signed the bill.
He's such an idiot. This is why he should have been recalled. He's such an idiot. He's regulating whether you get a mustard packet or not for lunch. Can you believe the government's regulating your mustard and ketchup packets?
Now,
what a
the
bunch.
bill is from Democratic Assembly member Wendy Carrillo, whose district covers East L.A., Echo Park, Chinatown, and Eagle Rock. Wow, remember what was going on in Echo Park a few months ago?
Has she seen the garbage?
You talk about trash.
This is what I'm saying. Have you seen the garbage on the streets of Los Angeles? Has anybody seen the mounds of garbage that are piled up everywhere? And it's ketchup and mustard packets? What kind of mental illness does Wendy Carrillo have? Seriously, I want to diagnose it.
One state Republican senator says, now we have the ketchup packet police.
That's ketchup and so stupid, and it's so aggravating because now you get a takeout order, and same thing. You're going to be in the car pulling out the stuff. It's like, oh, geez, they didn't give me a ketchup packet. All right, I got to go back. I mean, won't do this. But what's the point? How much room?
Because they think a lot of people take these things and then just toss them.
So
they
what?
don't even use them.
So what? That has no effect on the planet.
I save mine. I'm a good consumer.
You probably do.
You know, one day I came out of Taco Bell, and I came home. They was put like 100 of those sauce packets in. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, that's not necessary. No, I went to a place and asked for a packet of ketchup, and they threw 20 in there.
What are you doing? Then they should just ask you. 2? Well, yeah, sure. Take a second.
Yeah, I think give me a ketchup packet. 20.
But California did lose in another piece of legislation. We talked about this a couple of years ago. Assembly Bill 32 was not going to allow our federal government, specifically Immigration and Customs Enforcement, from using private prisons to detain the immigrants. California wrote a law phasing out private detention facilities in the state. Well, the Ninth Circuit, and wouldn't you know it, with a 2-1 decision, and who do you think the 2 people were that overturned this? Trump appointees, yeah, correct. They said that it conflicts with federal power and discretion given to the Secretary in an area that remains an exclusive realm of the federal government. That's the immigration law.
That's right. You can't tell the federal government where they're going to put the immigration prisoners.
You cannot. Right. I thought this was absurd. When they passed this thing, I said, can they do that? The federal government can contract with private prisons in California to detain immigrants, and you can tell them they can't?
No. As it turns out, no, you can't.
Well, I'm sure they're going to appeal this because there's only a 3-judge panel.
Well,
so
I don't think they're going to get it.
It's not over, but
it's the Supreme Court.
How many Trump appointees are there in the Ninth Circuit? The full? Well, you think it'll go to the Supreme Court?
I think eventually it'll go to the Supreme Court. Yeah. I mean, this is a clear battle between states' rights versus federal rights, and so that's that kind of case.
Yeah. So there you go, a small victory. All right, we got more coming up.
Johnny Ken, KFI Deborah Marquez News.
A proposed class action lawsuit has been filed over that oil spill off the coast of Huntington Beach. Magic Mountain and Universal Studios will start requiring proof of a COVID vaccination or a negative COVID test from all guests 12 and older starting tomorrow. And the TV show L.A. Law is getting a reboot. Apparently, I think I said L.A. or Law and Order, something like that. But it's L.A. Law. ABC has given the go-ahead to film a pilot for a sequel to the hit show, which was on NBC from 1986 to 94. We're going to go to the 10, and we will check in with the KFI in the sky next.
Have you still not refinanced your mortgage? Well, soon you might miss out on these once-in-a-lifetime rates. So take advantage of our new Fast Track loan with an unbelievable low rate of 2.125 rate and APR with no closing costs on a 15-year fixed loan. That's right, no points, no fees. Hi, I'm Wesley Hogan with Lennox Financial, a trusted lender for over 20 years. Even if you've refinanced in the last year, we can still probably save you money. Whether it's a conventional, FHA, or VA loan, we can do them all with no closing costs. This amazing 2.125 rate and APR won't last long. So call today, 844-425-3669. That's 844-425-3669. 844-425-3669. It's the biggest no-brainer in the history of mankind.
Licensed by the Department of Business Oversight under the California Residential Mortgage Lending Act. NMLS number 3304. Not all loans apply. Equal housing lender. Visit us at LennoxHomeLoans.com or call for additional cost information. Other restrictions apply. Rates subject to change.
This fall, Audible is the best place to listen for everything you're into. From comedy to motivation to the latest bestsellers. Find it all at Audible with audiobooks, exclusive originals, and popular podcasts. Start listening free when you sign up at Audible.com.
Southland weather from KFI. Mostly cloudy tomorrow. Highs mid-60s to mid-70s. This report brought to you by Audible from the Southern California Toyota Dealers Traffic Center. We make it easy. It is slow on the 10.
This is eastbound out of Santa Monica. Delays backing up from 20th Street. Pretty solid all the way to La Brea in Mid-City, with slowing beyond all the way to the 5. Let's check in with Mike O'Brien, KFI in the Sky, sponsored by injury attorney, superwomansuperlawyer.com.
It's been a bit of a mess in Diamond Bar. We've got earlier wreck, the 60 eastbound at Grand. That went to the right shoulder, and now there's another one clearing on that same spot. Out of the right lane there, that E60 is already very heavy through Hofstra to Heights. The North 57, of course, it's on the merge of the two freeways, and that's jacking up that drive well through the Brea Pass, back towards Tonner Canyon. I'm heading up towards Laverne. We have a doozy brewing up that way. 210 westbound, approaching Fruit Street. Talking about an overturned vehicle and may have burst into flames. I'll be there shortly. Looks like at least a couple of right lanes are blocked and getting some unusual slowing there for a mile or so, building very quickly. Injured in an accident? Visit superwomansuperlawyer.com. Mike O'Brien, KFI in the Sky.
KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Angel Martinez.
This report is sponsored by Sam and Ash Injury Law.
If you find yourself in a situation where you're injured a little or a lot, this is so easy to remember. Sam and Ash avert a crash. Just in case, put this number in your phone. 800-304-2000. Call Sam and Ash, avert a crash. SamandAshLaw.com.
If you thought you missed the lowest mortgage rates in history, you're in luck, because they're back. Mortgage rates are near historic lows again. So if you have a mortgage, refinance it and forget it. You'll never have to worry about refinancing again. Network Capital Funding is offering a low 15-year fixed rate at 1.75% with a 1.94 APR. Incredible! Network Capital has built a reputation for saving people time and money with our unique process that's fast, simple, and secure. Our 15-year fixed rate is 1.75% with a 1.94 APR. Now, second chances don't come often, and you may never see these rates again. So, refinance it and forget it. That's a 15-year fixed at 1.75%. Yes, 1.75% with a 1.94 APR. Call the experts at Network Capital now. Call 800-500-1-HIT. 800-500-1-HIT. As in home run. Call now and save big on your refi. 800-500-1-HIT. 800-500-1448. NMLS ID 11712. Not licensed in all states. Visit NMLSconsumeraccess.org. Licensed by the California Department of Financial Protection and Innovation under the Financing Law. Number 603D787. An equal opportunity lender. Rates subject to change and may not be available at rate law. Discount points may apply. Subject to credit approval. Call 800-500-1448 for additional cost information.
Do you have coins, jewelry, or precious metals and are looking to sell for top dollar? Sil DeGenova, CEO and owner of Tangible Investments, has become legendary by beating his so-called competitors' offers on these items by as much as 500%.
I had a diamond ring that had been an heirloom in my family for many years, so I went to a local jewelry store and they offered me $600. I just wasn't comfortable. I took it down to Tangible Investments and they offered me over $6,000. That store is absolutely awesome.
Stories like these are why Tangible Investments has become America's top dealer in precious metals, jewelry, and collectibles, and why Sil has been featured on CNBC and quoted on the front page of the Wall Street Journal. Over the past 30 years, Tangible Investments has bought billions in collectibles. That's billions with a B. Right now, demand is through the roof. Sil encourages all his clients to shop the competition and then call him last. You'll be amazed at the difference. Guaranteed. Call now for an absolutely free, professional, no-obligation appraisal. 800-711-2800. 800-711-2800. 800-711-2800.
If you want out of your house, moving, downsizing, you have financial issues, maybe you've inherited, so you list it with a broker, and that means hours of cleaning and painting and repairing and paying big fees. So let me give you another way of doing it. You get a fair price without any of that. Buyer never walks through your house. There's never an appraisal, no commissions, and you can get paid in cash within 10 days or less if you need it. That's directbuyers.com. That's the company that Janet and Matt, brother and sister, own, and I love the way they do business. They'll never lowball you. They're just honest folks. And let me tell you, a lot of schmucks in this industry, and that's not what they are. They'll give you an honest, no-obligation offer and even offer a $15,000 cash advance before closing. Go to directbuyers.com. That's directbuyers.com. Call 844-242-SELL, 844-242-SELL, directbuyers.com.
Most Californians live within 30 miles from an active fault, and earthquakes can happen anywhere and any time in the Golden State. So, do you know how to protect yourself when an earthquake strikes? Make sure your home, workplace, school, and community are planning to practice how to drop, cover, and hold on during the Great Shakeout. Get prepared and worry less. Join us for the Great Shakeout. This message is brought to you by StrengthenMyHouse.com. Shakeout Day is October 21st.
No one's ever really been able to explain to me why a Hunter Biden painting would cost a few $100,000.
Because he paints with the straws he used to suck blow from. Sniff blow from.
Oh.
With. Sniff blow with. Snort blow. I am terrible with my drug lexicon, aren't I?
Jerry and Shannon.
I gotta do better, and I apologize.
Weekdays at 10 a.m. on KFI.
John and Ken Show, John Cobell and Ken Campo at KFI AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeart Radio app.
I will give you the rundown on the vote by the LA City Council. It was almost unanimous to impose new mandates on when you go into stores, shopping malls, maybe a hair salon, a nail salon, a gym. We'll talk about it right after the news at 5 o'clock. Well, some stories make me think of Deborah Mark.
Only the best one.
This is not an animal or a vegan story.
Ooh.
Do you know the third category?
Fashion?
Insane asylum?
Not earthquake. It's about a psychic.
I have a feeling I know this story.
Another one of your interests.
Well, a man is suing a psychic in Rancho Palos Verdes, rather Palos Verdes estate, for fraud. She promised him that she could help his marriage if he paid $5,100, which is an odd amount, to have her remove a curse that was put in place by his ex-girlfriend. So that's kind of the background of this.
Oh, the ex-girlfriend cursed the marriage.
Yes.
Oh.
And I guess the marriage might be having problems, or he thought the curse might work, so he wanted it removed. Mauro Restropo has filed this lawsuit. The defendant,
Mauro
psychic
Restropo.
Mauro is his first name.
Okay.
Yes, Restropo. Her name is Sophia Adams, and her business is Psychic Love Specialist by Sophia. She's also suing the husband, the daughter, and other people connected to the psychic, and a couple of clairvoyants whose names are Christ and Polly Kurumbus? I don't know who they are. But anyway, here's the story. He went to Google and searched for psychics, and he found her website, and it said she's a Ph.D life coach. Mm-hmm. Not PhD, but Ph.D. He said that made him think that this is a professional that could help me. So they texted each other, and she said, "Come on in my business. I'll do a tarot card reading." Uh-oh. The tarot card reading turned up Mala Sutra. You know what that is?
No.
No.
Bad luck.
Ooh.
That's what you got. That's what you got. And she said this was placed on you by a witch hired by your ex-girlfriend. Ooh. I can remove the curse, but it'll cost you $5,100.
This idiot went for it. He deserves to be ripped off.
He gave a $1,000 down payment, and apparently it didn't help his marriage.
Gee, that's a surprise.
He is still cursed. She said this bad luck are going to ruin you, your children, your marriage. You need to pay me to remove the curse. Your family will be unhappy and in danger.
He's really a dumb cluck, isn't he?
Oh,
You went to
that's
psychic
it.
once, Deborah Mark.
Yes, I did.
We'll never let you live that down.
I know.
How much did you pay?
I think it was $150.
You paid $150?
Yeah,
Seriously?
seriously. It was many, many years ago.
What was it? Tarot cards? What was it? What did you?
It was cards, and how many years? 15 years ago.
What
I
did you
think.
want to know?
I just wanted to know how my life was going to go,
Well,
career-wise, family. Yeah, I just asked about.
Wait, 15 years ago?
Yeah.
So,
Yes,
I mean, not a teenager, right?
I was not a
that's what I'm saying.
teenager. No.
You're already experiencing
Okay,
life.
here's the deal. I was going through a divorce. Okay.
Uh-huh.
I'll be frank.
That's
I was going through a divorce.
Was a curse put on you?
No.
Okay.
I was going through a divorce, so I was having a hard time in life. And it wasn't even that I wanted to talk about the divorce, but that was, I'm giving you the time frame.
Right.
And some of the things that the psychic said would happen, including winning golden mics. That happened.
The psychic did
Thanks
not
for
Yeah,
say
he
you're going to
said
win
that.
the golden mic.
He said, you're going to win some trophies. He said, golden. I said, what, Golden Globe?
Like bowling or?
But no, for speaking. Okay, he had no idea what I did, and this psychic was blind.
Oh, wow.
Like, people in the
So did he hold your
industry.
hand or something? Or?
Oh, it was so bizarre.
Was it a man or a woman?
It was a man,
This was like a
and it was
guy?
in Chatsworth, and it was kind of this.
The blind. That's where we all go for good advice. The
No,
blind psychic of Chatsworth.
Some news anchors, some news
I've never
people.
heard so much
I
detail
know,
of
it's so
this story.
crazy because some people, I believe it was news anchors or reporters back in the day told me about this guy.
Like there's other news people doing
Yes,
this?
yes,
He's good. He's
yes,
good, Deborah.
yes, exactly.
He can read your future. There's something wrong about news people
All right,
believing
so
in psychics.
you did win the golden mic.
Yes, I
Anything else?
did. Okay, so what else did he say? There were a couple of things I can't remember. And the creepy thing is he taped it, and I can't find the tape to see if the things that he said that
Oh,
we're
we
going to
should play it.
I know,
Just
I
find
can't
it.
find it. Trust me, I want to find it to see what else came
If you
true. But there
find
were
that, we got
Did
to
he
play
predict
that.
another happy marriage coming up for you? Because you're happily married.
Yes, he said there would be some bumps in the road, and there have been some bumps in the road getting together. You know, yes, I'm on my
You've got
second marriage.
potholes, yeah.
I remember that quote, bumps in the road. That's
in the road.
that
I
stood
see.
out, yeah.
$150, it's worth it then.
It was. It was interesting. It was interesting. I mean, do I wholeheartedly believe in psychics? No. Okay, let me just say,
No, you
no.
didn't go back, so yeah.
I did, and I have not gone back. I thought it was interesting, and because so many people told me
Well, you must have
about
been
this
in
guy.
a bad mood that day, though, to lay down $150. You must have been at the end.
No, I wasn't at the end. It was really curiosity, to tell you the truth.
All right.
Yeah,
She gave into it. And,
I did. That was the one and done. The only time.
Didn't think you'd end up as Johnny Ken's news person, though.
No.
That's another bump in the road.
I know that was the huge bump in the road.
It's a landmine in the road.
We got more coming up.
John and Ken, Deborah Marquez News, Kfi Am 640.
If it doesn't affect you, we're not interested.
KFI.
KOST HD2.
Los Angeles, Orange County.
Live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
We have a vaccine mandate. I'm Deborah Mark, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. LA's mayor has signed an ordinance that requires full COVID-19 vaccination for customers of many indoor businesses, including bars, gyms, and shopping centers. The council approved it this morning.
Very nice to know.
Thank you. It needed only 8 votes to pass. Before the vote, Councilmember Joe Buscaino asked for an amendment.
To make it a criminal offense to harass, intimidate, obstruct, or interfere with any employee that is enforcing the provisions of this article.
He also asked the city to look into funding for law enforcement handling disputes over the vaccine mandate and a possible fund to help small businesses with training and compliance. He was voted down. The city will start enforcing the measure in late November. The Biden administration says it's grateful for the COVID-19 vaccine mandates that have been put in place across the country.
From the U.S. military, to big and small businesses, to colleges and universities, to healthcare employers, and now the largest school district in the nation, we have seen that vaccination requirements work to dramatically increase vaccination rates.
White House COVID-19 coordinator Jeff Zients says there are also around 4 million Americans who have received Pfizer's vaccine booster shot. The news is brought to you by Choice Administrators Insurance. The CEO of an oil company has been grilled about the exact timeline of a leak that potentially spewed out tens of thousands of gallons of oil in Orange County.
Despite a report that a sensor went off at 2:30 Saturday morning and several claims that oil was spotted the night before, Amplify Energy CEO Martin Wilshire answered question after question with the same response.
So we're not aware of any spill until 8:09 a.m. on Saturday morning. I promise you, if we were aware of something on Friday night, I promise you we would have immediately stopped all operations and moved forward.
A unified response team says more than 5,000 gallons of oil have now been cleaned up on top of clumps of oil scooped up by hundreds of workers along beaches in Orange County. In Huntington Beach, Corbin Carson, KFI News.
KFI's Blake Trolley has landed in Long Beach after taking a bird's-eye view of the oil spill.
U.S. Coast Guard crews took members of the media into the sky after a 3-hour wait because of fog. While my visibility was limited, this photographer with a long telephoto lens was strapped in, taking pictures from the completely open back hatch of the plane.
As we flew south of Huntington Beach, you could see much more of the sheen, a little bit kind of on the beach area, little black spots along the beach. You could see, the people in white suits cleaning up.
Crews say the foggy conditions that kept us grounded have posed a visibility challenge as they try to monitor the situation. In Long Beach, Blake Trolley, KFI News.
Riverside County Sheriff Chad Bianco says he did pay for a year's membership in the Oath Keepers group in 2014, and he's not ashamed of it. Bianco says it is not an anti-government militia, as the FBI has described it. He says it's a group that supports the Constitution and the oath he took as a peace officer and sheriff. Bianco did not talk about the membership during his weekly podcast yesterday, but did explain why he recently deleted his Twitter account.
All of our posts or the majority are good posts and positive posts from the public, but you get those cop haters you cannot make happy.
He says no one is immune to the negativity on social media. And Disney fans who have paid hundreds of dollars for an annual pass are complaining about the lack of available reservations for Disneyland and California Adventure. The new Magic Key annual passes went on sale in August and cost between $399 to almost $1,400, but Magic Key reservations are completely booked on weekends all the way through Thanksgiving. Key holders can make 2, 4, or 6 reservations at a time in a 90-day window, depending on their pass type. We have a crash on the 105 in Paramount.
This one is along the westbound side. It's just past Garfield, and it's blocking the 2 right lanes. A big mess here. I'm hearing that there's debris across all lanes because of this accident, and that back up is loading up, leaving the 605 freeway. Let's check in with Mike O'Brien, KFI in the Sky, sponsored by injury attorney, superwomansuperlawyer.com. We're heading out to Laverne.
Yeah, and a tough trouble spot here on the 210. 210 westbound. It looks like just approaching Fruit Street. Overturned vehicle in the 2 right lanes, so that's unusual slowing back to that baseline. Much more normal stuff on the drive out of Pasadena on the 210 East. That's going to load up away from the Rose Bowl. Heavy that first stretch, pretty much out to Citrus. Then again from the 57 over to that problem working at Fruit Street. One more stretch of slowing there. That's going to load up again from Mountain on and off through Rancho Cucamonga. And if you're heading up towards the high desert, the 15 northbound, you do deal with some slowing there from Kenwood up to the 138. Injured in an accident, visit superwomansuperlawyer.com. Mike O'Brien, KFI in the Sky.
The Cajon Pass on the 15, making your way northbound. Well, it's starting to become pretty slow from Kenwood to Cleghorn. KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Angel Martinez.
MyCalToys.com, a California different approach to healthcare. The rain's coming back. We'll tell you when next.
Attention homeowners. Interactive Mortgage has dropped rates again to a rock bottom 1.875% rate in APR. Yes, it's incredible. A rock bottom 1.875%. And if that's not enough, Interactive Mortgage will even pay your title, escrow, and appraisal fees. That's right, no points and no fees. Absolutely zero. Zilch. None. So what are you waiting for? Call now and take advantage of these never-before-offered rates. A 1.875% rate in APR with no fees whatsoever. Call Interactive Mortgage now at 844-371-CASH. That's 844-371-CASH. 844-371-2274. Or visit interactivemortgage.com.
Windpoint Corporation, DBA Interactive Mortgage, Equal Housing Lender. Terms and conditions apply. New client owns loan about $300,000 to $548,250. Minimum FICO of 740 and maximum LTV of 50%. All loans subject to underwriting approval, and not all applicants will qualify. Loans made or arranged pursuant to California Finance Law License Number 603F938. NMLS Number 302352.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids.
Donate your car today with 1877 Cars for Kids. We're a recognized 501c3 charity organization, so you'll receive a maximum tax deduction. What's more, you'll receive a vacation voucher of 3 days and 2 nights. Also on the web at carsforkids.com.
1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
The KFI Financial Report brought to you by Bay Alarm. The Dow closed up 102, S&P 500 up 18, NASDAQ up 68, and the average price of a gallon of regular gas in California is $4.42.
With a range of commercial fire and security solutions, Bay Alarm can protect it all with just one call.
Southland weather from KFI, mostly cloudy tomorrow, highs mid-60s to mid-70s for Metro LA and the Valleys, upper 60s to low 70s for Inland OC and the IE. Rain likely for Friday morning, and then we do have a chance of rain in the afternoon. Right now it's 68 in Seal Beach, 74 in Costa Mesa, 74 in North Hollywood, and 65 in Santa Monica. We lead local live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Deborah Mark.
Johnny Kent Show, John Cobell and Ken Shampo, KFI AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Hey, I gotta tell you, the Moist Line's waiting. It's a lighter week. Maybe people just aren't as charged up. But there's room at 1-877-MOIST-86, 1-877-664-7886 in 2 days during this hour. We'll play some of those calls that are collected on the Moist Line. I like this LA Times website headline. The mood is grim. Death threats, violence, intimidation mark another pandemic school year.
Oh, stop it. Most kids are just going to school. Nothing is happening.
Overwhelmingly true, yes. Everything has to be turned into gloom and doom.
Because you wouldn't click the article otherwise.
I didn't click it. I was just looking at it. The big story today, especially if you live or visit Los Angeles, John's residence, the city of residence, you have to show proof of vaccination against COVID-19 to get inside restaurants, shopping malls, movie theaters, hair, nail salons, and a bunch of other places, including the all-important bowling alley. Are there any left? They closed a couple near me and turned them into like apartment buildings.
We're in a really relentlessly naggy time. We really are overrun by scolds and nags who won't give up and won't shut up. And it doesn't seem to be, there's almost nobody available to challenge them.
Well, COVID-19 Delta variant is shrinking by the day in LA and LA County, so this doesn't really make sense. In fact, Barbara Ferrer was asked yesterday, can we take the masks off again soon? Well, we're still monitoring that. We have seen, the fall is here and people be indoors more.
That's another thing. It's like there's not all that.
There's always something, right?
There's not that much masking going on indoors. It's like they're not waiting for you to ask for straws. They will not be waiting for you to ask for ketchup packets. And people are not wearing masks in great numbers, and nobody is accosting them.
Well, the only place, if I go to a restaurant, I just wear it when I go in, but as soon as I sit down.
Isn't that silly? Is the virus only present between the front door and the host table? I mean, it's the dumbest ritual imaginable. Once you take... What is it?
Theater.
Well, then why is everybody doing it?
I don't know. Because someone will stare at you.
Oh, well. Now I understand.
So what are you going to do? I mean, when you go get your bagel or whatever, now you have to show vaccine proof.
I want to see...
I know you have it, I'm just asking.
I want to see if they're going to enforce that. Because I go to the bagel shop...
You still do the family grocery shopping? Oh, no, I think they're excluding grocery stores.
Yeah, they're excluding...
And pharmacies, too.
Yeah, I just want to see if they do this, because most places don't have the personnel to wait on tables, right?
Now they're going to have somebody at the front door checking vaccine proof.
They don't have... They can't hire, or people aren't applying for these jobs, or they're not staying at the jobs. Everybody's way short-handed. So I don't see where they're going to get the personnel for this, and this costs money.
I love this part. The LA rule allows customers to submit written exemptions for religious or medical reasons, but businesses must require those customers to use outdoor facilities. So I guess outdoor dining?
Outdoor bowling alley?
Outdoor mall store?
This is stupid. This is completely
unnecessary. Or to show evidence of a recent negative COVID-19 test to come inside.
if there is no outdoor facility.
The numbers are way down, and they weren't that high to begin with. Because if you have a 75% vaccination rate, there weren't that many people to infect.
You can run in to use the restroom or do a takeout order.
And you go to Ventura County, Orange County, San Bernardino, Riverside County, and this doesn't exist. So if you're living within a few miles of the LA County border, why wouldn't you just go into the other county and do all your business? Why would you put up with this? It's absurd. Is there anybody left that resists this nonsense?
The city of LA is also requiring proof of vaccination to enter indoor city facilities, although unvaccinated people can be provided alternative arrangements for access to government services, which could be online or outdoor services.
I don't understand it.
This is ridiculous.
This is just control freak bureaucracy. This is what it's like to live in communist China or the Soviet Union or East Germany. This is what they used to live under for decades. And here it's happening slowly day by day. I don't understand. There's no need for this. There's no danger. Barbara Ferrer and the county supervisors don't want to give up that there's no danger to most people. Most of us are vaccinated. And if we're vaccinated, we can't catch it from an unvaccinated person. And in the rare event that happens, it's going to be really mild.
Now, we've been waiting to see what's going to happen with these vaccine mandates and government employees and healthcare workers. We got a little signal yesterday from Kaiser Permanente. They did suspend more than 2,000 workers who have chosen not to get vaccinated. In fact, they will stay on unpaid leave until, and I love this line, because they get the jab.
That's a headline word.
Well, writers don't like to use the same word over and over again. Oh, the shop, the vaccine. Say jab.
Yeah, it's silly sounding. No normal person says that.
Kaiser says more than 92% of their employees did get vaccinated. They say the number is still growing, but 2,200 did not respond to our vaccine requirements. They've been put on unpaid administrative leave across the country. They didn't say how many are here in Southern California or any jobs they
whatever. I mean, it doesn't really matter. It's a small percentage, and probably a lot of these people don't want the job anymore anyway. If you really wanted the job, you get the vaccine.
You want the job, yeah.
I mean, I understand hospitals wanting as pristine an environment as possible, but everything else, this is silly. Because nobody's catching the virus going to the store. People didn't get the virus at the store. People got it from being at home primarily, and if you were in really crowded bar situation where there wasn't ventilation, it was very cloistered. You know, there wasn't a lot of air movement, so you could get it at a gathering like that. But most of this happened indoors at people's homes, parties, holiday gatherings. This is just silly.
Yeah, one of the most maddening things during the whole pandemic is their refusal to really focus on how and where it spreads. And instead, they did everything broad-based.
Because if they did that, they have some research that proves where it spreads and how it spreads. They're just ignoring it. They want to keep controlling things. That is the only explanation, and it's a true explanation. There is a strong desire in human nature to control other people. These people get into politics and they get into bureaucracy. And all you can do is remove them. The only thing, you're not going to talk them out of it, or ignore them, I guess, which a lot of people are doing. Actually, only the news media hangs on this stuff. I don't think normal people give a crap.
We also learned recently that Merck has come up with a pill that they believe is an effective treatment for coronavirus, maybe to keep you out of a hospital getting severely ill. It's called molnupiravir. And we also learned that they are supposedly charging the U.S. government about 40 times the price of the cost to produce the pill.
The pill cost, for 5 days, cost $17.74 to produce. They're charging the government $712.
That's quite a markup.
From $17 to $712. And this is why people don't trust the pharmaceutical industry.
Well, they put a lot of R&D into that. It wasn't just $17.74 to produce the 5 days. They probably had to spend a lot of money in research and development. We paid for a lot of that too. This was developed at Emory University from a federal grant.
Oh.
And then a small company licensed it from Emory and then sold it to Merck, Ridgeback. Ridgeback was the company that licensed it, and then they're having Merck manufacture it. They sold the worldwide rights back in 2020. So we paid for the development at Emory, and now we're paying in the form of our taxes for the $712 5-day dose.
So it's going to be like the COVID jab? You're going to be able to get the pill for government's going to provide the pill for you, just like they get the free vaccine? I guess. Is that what that's?
I guess so, yeah.
Well, a 5-day, yeah. How much was the price for a 5-day treatment that they're charging?
$712.
Yeah, that'd be a lot for people to pay.
For 17, yeah. I imagine insurance will cover this too.
All right, when we come back, we have new audio on the John and Ken Show. Last hour, we talked about how Mayor Yoga Pants Eric Garcetti attended an art exhibit of Hunter Biden. Well, a reporter asked that dopey spokeshole who we threw in the dumpster that last week, Jen Psaki, about the ethical ramifications of this. We'll play her response.
John and Ken, KFI, Deborah Marquez News.
Mayor Garcetti has signed an ordinance that requires full COVID-19 vaccination for customers in many indoor businesses at the end of next month. Governor Newsom has signed a $47 billion package to make it easier for students in California to go to college. Transit agencies across California are offering free rides in celebration of Clean Air Day, which is today. We'll go to the 10, and we will check in with the KFI in the Sky next.
If you want to sell your house or condo fast and easy, call Seller's Advantage. They'll buy your home as is for cash.
Hey, with Seller's Advantage, there are not going to be any realtor fees or commissions, no escrow fees, no repairs needed. There won't be those annoying open houses. They buy your house or condo for cash.
David and Doug from Seller's Advantage bought a house from one of our KFI listeners. Guy wanted to sell. He met with some real estate agents, compared the numbers, and chose Seller's Advantage.
So he ended up with the same money. Same bottom line. There were no repairs, no headaches, no open houses, no hassles. And he says this: working with Seller's Advantage was the easiest real estate transaction he has ever completed.
Want to sell your house? You call Seller's Advantage and see how much your house is worth.
Call now. It's a free quote. Call 888-321-AS-IS. Call 888-321-AS-IS. That's 888-321-AS-IS.
BR number 0196165, sellersadvantage.com.
Tired of the BS? We spent $500,000 at risk. Result, $8 million for Megan Should motorcycling.
Southland weather from KFI, mostly cloudy tomorrow, highs mid-60s to mid-70s. This report brought to you by iaccidentlawyer.com. For the Southern California Toyota Dealers Traffic Center, we make it easy. It's slow on the 10 in Santa Monica.
Wait, all roads leading into Chavez Ravine are just jam-packed right now, starting in Santa Monica. Eastbound delays just a crawl from 20th Street, single-digit speeds all the way to La Cienega. It slows to Western, more single-digit speeds into the 110 freeway. That 110 northbound delays backing up all the way from the 91, extra slow from about Exposition all the way to the 101. And, of course, the 5 still slowing out of Burbank, Hollywood, a crawl from Sunset. Mike O'Brien's in Laverne, KFI in the Sky, sponsored by injury attorney, superwomansuperlawyer.com.
Wow, it sounds like there must be a game at Dodger Stadium tonight. It looks like both sides of Sunset Boulevard are going to be loading up their approach against Scully Avenue there. Now, you've got a big problem out in Laverne. 210 westbound at just about Fruit Street. Overturned vehicle in the 2 right lanes. So that's unusual slowing you're seeing back out of Upland starting at about Mountain. Now, a similar situation on the 105. 105 westbound right at the 710. That's an overturned vehicle. It looks like at least a couple of right lanes are blocked on that one. Very tough off the 605, and adding to slowing on that eastbound 105, essentially from LAS, leaving the 405, and that's pretty choppy, most of the way to the 605 as well. Injured in an accident? Visit superwomansuperlawyer.com. Mike O'Brien, KFI in the Sky.
KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Angel Martinez.
This report is sponsored by the Auto Club of Southern California. Southern Californians could save an average of $537 when they switch to auto insurance through the Auto Club. Visit AAA.com/insurance to see how much you could save. Get your free quote at AAA.com/insurance today.
Most mortgage lenders charge a fee, sometimes up to 1.5 points for pulling cash out of your home's equity. Those points are on your whole loan balance, not just the cash you get. For example, if your loan amount is $400,000, that's a $6,000 fee. For a limited time, Owning will waive this fee so qualified borrowers can get a cash-out refi with absolutely no closing costs of any kind. Besides the usual no title, escrow, appraisal, etc., no fees for a cash-out on a 30-year fixed mortgage. So if you're in process somewhere and paying fees, call 8332-OWNING or go to owning.com, where our rate and APR for a no cash-out fee